I think we can handle Elon here. So let's start with C1. This is a tweet from Brianna Wu. What a disaster unfolding at Twitter. But by the way, I don't think any of this is unforeseen disaster on Elon Musk's
The scale
behalf.
of it.
Yeah, so senior people at Twitter resigned in the last 48 hours. We now know why. They said in private Slack channels that Elon Musk is so desperate to recoup his money, he's taking crazy risks with your privacy and safety. Brianna Wu continuing to say, Twitter is extremely hackable right now. Every user is at risk. Elon wants his money. The FCC just announced they're investigating. They have the power to fine Twitter billions. All right, so this is...
Yeah, everybody's resigning. Like,
right,
even people that were senior executives who were publicly defending him and that Elon Musk was holding up as like, look, I'm not a bad guy. This person that you all really respect is still publicly defending me. He's an executive here at Twitter. Those people have resigned.
Yeah, can we put C2 up on the screen? This is from the New York Times. Elon Musk says the economic picture ahead is dire. That's from his first communication with Twitter's staff. And more people are resigning, more people out the door, and he's saying...
He floated bankruptcy.
Right, he floated bankruptcy, which... What are your thoughts on that? Because to my point earlier, that there's this perception that Elon Musk is just in over his head at Twitter, and I think he absolutely knew that this was all likely to unfold exactly as it's unfolding. Again, my perspective is that the best thing that could happen is Elon Musk buys Twitter and nukes it from orbit. But
you may get your wish.
I may get my wish, but I don't think any of this is unforeseen, and I don't think the bankruptcy floating is like shocking in the least bit.
One of the pieces that he probably did not foresee. Did you see the way in which Twitter missed out on something like half of its revenue at this annual sales conference recently? Mm-hmm. So that if you weren't following this, that there's a conference that comes at the end of every year where corporations kind of bank a lot of their ad spending, mm-hmm. and then media companies then can bank on getting like X amount. We're going to get $800 million from this group of corporations. Now we know that we need to go and get another 1.3 billion from all of other different programs. It was a disaster on a number of levels. And Elon Musk blames activists who were at the convention telling. And so what the activists were telling the corporations was, Elon Musk is planning to, monkey with the verification. So there's going to be a lot of like spam and stuff that you can't tell if it's true or not.
Right.
And he's going to let all kinds of hate speech run wild on the site. And so the corporations went to the Twitter executives and said, "Here's what we're hearing from these activists. What can you tell us?" And they didn't get anything that satisfied them on these questions. And so they said, "All right, we're going to pause our spending." And so, boom, there's like $1 billion, mm-hmm. like out the door. So there's that. Then you've got, one of the guys I was talking about was Yoel Roth. Mm-hmm. Yes. He was the head of trust and safety, who Musk was, saying like, look, Yoel's with me. He's still here. Yep. Like, you can trust me because you trust Yoel, and Yoel trusts me, and Yoel's like, I'm out.
By the transitive property of trust.
Yes. Which there's something to that. Yeah, like if somebody that you trust at Twitter is like, look, I'm with Elon, he's got a vision, we're gonna go for this. Mm-hmm. And then the head of sales, Robin Wheeler, also quitting.
Right.
Like, these are not positions that you wanna see, vacant.
But
if you care about this thing functioning. And then there was another report, I forget where it was, saying that a lot of the engineers are worried that that pieces of it are just gonna gradually stop working.
Sure.
And have you noticed anything?
No. I mean, it all seems
mostly fine so far to me, but I've heard complaints from other people about like janky stuff.
I haven't noticed anything at all, except other than what was happening with verification over the course of yesterday, where you had George Washington and Jesus being verified on Twitter, and George Washington tweeting that he did not sign NAFTA, which is, I think, important historical context. But this is acting like this stuff is an L for Elon. Again, just Twitter was a disaster. I mean, he paid way more than what Twitter was worth because the company was in tatters when he inherited it. Now, that's not to say there isn't a more like normal, calmer way to take over a company. That's not really his style, and anybody who expected it to be his style, I think would be, I mean, that's kind of a laughable notion. But Elon Musk is not going to just quietly, become the new Jack Dorsey. That company was in tatters. I mean, too many employees, a really bad economy for tech, and it was always going to be extremely, extremely chaotic. Culture clash, all that stuff.
Cable news is ripping us apart, dividing the country, making it impossible to function as a society, and making it impossible to know just what is true and what is false. But the good news is they are failing and they know it.
That is why we're building something new, a new mainstream, a healthier one, something more trustworthy, something that we are going to need in one of the most pivotal times in American history. We are building up here for the midterms, for the upcoming presidential election, but we need your help. So if you can help us out by becoming a premium member today at breakingpoints.com, we're trying to change America for the better and the entire world.
So what are you waiting for, guys? Go to breakingpoints.com and sign up and help us build a new mainstream.